Am I live? I'm live. I'm live here for the live Compo Studio talk show thing after all the Compos. And I'm here. We ended this year's revision with the Amiga demo Compo. Amiga, a machine dead for... an Amiga, a machine dead for how many years?
About 8, 9, something like that.
No, but the Amiga itself, how long has the Amiga been dead?
Hardware. Last time anybody invented something new for the machine that really mattered was like 1995.
So a machine dead for more than 18 years. And I'm here with the guys that made demos for this machine this year that were amazing. I'm here with Calms and Eamon of TBL and Kiro and Hoffman that did the demo for ELUDE. So awesome. Yeah, first of all, I don't really know where to start with this. I'll start with TBL. You guys promised a demo a few years ago. And it took you quite a while to get finished.
That's true.
Maybe you can explain how you managed to re-enter the scene.
Well, actually, I think one of the driving forces here was me promising in a drunken, pardon?
Yeah.
Right. I think that we can trace this back about 1 year or so. Now, you've been rewriting our core rendering stuff for about 2 years now. But one of those things where personally pushed me was that about 1 year or so, in a drunken haze, I promised that either we are delivering something during at revision 2014, or you get to beach slap me on stage.
That was the thing.
Yes. You know.
That was really the driving force for them to go back to the scene.
That's some proper pressure right there. Like, either you deliver a bitch slap you on stage.
I don't want a bitch slap. I'll do demo instead.
Well, it was like either get bitch slapped or deliver a demo or stay at home. But I mean, that's really chickening out.
Because guys, the last TBL demo was Starstruck. That was assembly 2006.
And also running on in Win UAE on a PC because we competed in a PC demo compo.
Oh, Combs, you're always so honest. But that was the last thing. And then, I mean, for ELUDE, you guys... Kira, I actually want to ask you, you've been doing these demos for quite some years now, and always it seems, are you fighting with TBL, or are you kind of you feel like I'm battling them?
I really always wanted to challenge them, but they were just chickening out. So
because I think it's impressive that it's a group that big, and you go because how long have you been coding Amiga?
15 years.
15 years. So
Sorry for my voice, but
no problem.
yeah.
No problem. You don't have to excuse yourself.
It really seems that I'm dying now. But honestly, it was always we were trying to find a really competent challenger, and each year it was like, oh, maybe TBOs are going to do something. Maybe they are going to do something. Maybe they are going to do something. But they didn't. So last year we really went for this beach lab challenge, and that worked. and
it
yeah,
and how it worked.
yeah, it worked, and we lost. So
I'm not too sure, because I will say that, I mean, there was great quality in the Amiga Compo, and I say all your demos, there was really good stuff.
honestly, it's not really about winning or losing. In my opinion, it's just if you have a proper competition, it's worth.
It's always worth being beaten. if the people that beat you show real flair.
Isn't this what demo scene is about? Like
That's
you
exactly
compete, but I mean, you guys are here
I would
like.
take a bitch slapping from anyone if they were that fucking good.
Isn't this like what demo scene is about? Like you guys, I mean, you guys are competing, but you guys are sitting here together. Like you guys appreciate each other's work.
Well, to that matter, I think that the ELUDE demo this year around, in particular, like in the music department, it was extremely strong, and I like
I will
I like how
say-
the visuals connected with the music itself.
I will say again, Hoffman, get off my stage, because seriously, what you
Yeah.
guys did this
She
year,
really did amazing stuff
It's-
with
it's-
the music this year.
and the new direction you guys took, like, is.
They spoke to me 2 weeks before the party. I said they spoke to me 2 weeks before the party and said, "We're doing an Amiga demo. Have you got a soundtrack?" I had nothing, so I made something in 3 days, and then they made a demo with it.
Oh, Hoffman showing off, showing off, man.
Because
But seriously, it tied it together, and I think like the fact that you because. And correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't want to sound degrading, but I felt like you guys, ELUDE did like TBL-ish demos for a while. Is that true?
No, that was completely not.
No, not now, but like before, like
Yeah, before.
No, but now
Before
you
we felt that we had to take over after the TBLs because they left.
Since they were actually not delivering, right?
were you flattered though, Combs?
Not necessarily, no.
no, that was not good enough. So I'm not
No,
surprised.
but,
that you are-
I love the new direction you took, and you went like, "Fuck it, we go Fairlight." Oh, so a little.
I can tell you something that the direction we just took this year, it was because we had no time, and doing grayscale stuff is just easier. So
I love the honesty in this talk, definitely. But yeah, awesome. TBL again. Like it took you guys, this is Emoon. You, which is Combs, used to program a lot for TBL, but I heard Emoon kind of took over.
Yeah, I spent lots of time on this demo.
How much? And be honest.
Several hundred hours of coding. Lots
okay.
of
yeah,
lots
yeah,
of time.
that's why they won. Because we just started our demo like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. Okay, come on, you can confirm that because I just Facebooked him a week ago.
Yeah.
We had nothing. We had nothing completely, really.
And
So because we really didn't believe that they would hold
the
their
big slap
side on
promise.
the promise. Yeah.
I will say that I was kind of like after 2 years, people go like, we're doing a demo, and I love the fact you go like, we're not doing it until it's done. So when I heard it was done, I'm really happy it was actually finally done. And also again on TVL, indeed, are you guys back then? Will there be more stuff now?
We are back now.
Yes, excellent.
No. But you can't say that. Because we just said that we are not back, we are gone.
Well,
And,
I'm sorry about that, but if you put it this way, given all those hundreds of hours, like if we're not talking like 1,000 plus hours, which Eamon has been putting into rendering shit, like general engineering, which is so awesome to have at your fingertips over the past 2 years, then why would you only make one demo with it?
Yeah, I know it doesn't make sense, but come on, we just have to retire.
Oh yeah, and go back to
Kiro.
building model railroads and that shit.
Kiro,
Yeah, I mean,
never retire. And that's basically me asking you, never retire.
Honestly, we really had like we are retiring like 15 minutes ago, but then I met.
I saw that in the demo. It said like the last time. Is that
Yeah.
is that for real? Are you
Yeah, that was really for real, and that was real and really real.
as for me as a party visitor and absolutely an enjoyer of demo scene productions, please don't retire.
But I really have to.
Fair enough. Okay, guys, I want to thank you for this talk. The Amiga demo Compo revision this year was staggeringly good, and I want to thank you guys, TBL and ELUDE, for delivering an amazing entries for us. And let's see who wins. It's still not decided. People can still vote. So who knows what might happen, but awesome to have you guys here. Thank you for making demos on a platform that, as you said, died 20 years ago. And in the year 2014, we are here watching amazing stuff on that machine. And there's literally nothing else in this world that does this.
If I can say something, I think Imon is just someone that who's not really appreciated, because TBL was always like Rubber Duck, Combs, Louis, and stuff like that. But Imon is really someone who's not really considered to be a TBL guy. But what he did with this demo is, from my point of view, as a coder point of view, it's really amazing, and you have my really considerations.
Thank you. This is demo scene in its purest form. This is seriously, honestly, two competing groups giving respect to each other. This is what the demo scene is all about. This video footage is all we have to show the people to show, like, make more fucking demos. And thank you guys for coming. We have to go on to the next block, but thank you guys and good luck. The voting is still going on, and we'll see tomorrow who wins. But I will say, for my enjoyment of this, the Amiga Compo was amazing. Thank you for your entries. They were absolutely mind-blowing.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so if I can ask you people to step up, I will invite. I will invite Ronnie.
You know what the problem is? To say such things on TV, you will regret it the next time you make a demo and step up here.
No, I will say those last words by Kiro, that was beautiful, and that was demo scene. Thank you. Mookie. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. And Ronnie, welcome. You have to play in literally 10 minutes.
Yeah, great.
So we are here on the next segment with Ronnie of FARBRAUSCH, raw format, and is it even Slaughter Trauma?
Yeah, and still, let's not forget still.
Still, yes.
Yes.
Ronnie,
So you're like a
demo scene.
group, or
What?
so like you group or collecting groups like Pokemon?
No way. Raw Format is a tracking label and nothing or literally little to do with demo scene stuff these days. So, and I think even about dropping stuff, I shouldn't say that, but maybe I should.
Be careful what you say.
Yeah, I don't say anything.
But you are here again as a DJ. You've been DJing demo parties for many years.
Yeah, many.
Are you ready to do the last? You are basically our kicker at the revision. You are the last DJ to spin.
Yeah, you know I'm good at kicking.
So, but did you prepare something special for us?
Yes, I made a special reference to the first demo I ever saw within the intro I'm going to play. So I hope people will show up and get it.
You might not want to spoil it, but can you tell us what it is?
It's
Yeah,
for
some-
the stream anyway, so it's
Yeah.
for the internet people.
Yeah, I mean, the first demo I ever saw was obviously TRSI Mega Demo. So I picked out something and just made some extra bass and rearranged it a little bit. So there's nothing too fancy, but it pays
it was
respect to
the way you
someone.
came, and if I can, and I like to tie this into what I've been saying to this point. Like, we're here at this demo party. It's 2014.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people here that are like in their 30s and their 40s.
Yeah.
People even nearing their 50s. How old were you when you saw your first demo? When you saw the TRSI Mega Demo?
That was 89, 90. So, yeah, 24 years ago.
Would you have ever expected to still be here?
No, not even when I saw it. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I had no idea what demo is, or I never gave much about the intros and stuff like that. And some friend came up and, hey, here's something crazy. Check this out. And I was like, what?
Isn't it awesome we're still here?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I don't really
mean-
want to ask your age, but how old are you now?
37.
37.
Yeah.
You would have never expected this. So,
No. But it's great. I mean, it's really family. I make techno all the time, and all the stuff gets dusted on my hard disk because I hate sending demos around to labels, and they usually don't reply, or they will reply half a year later and stuff like that. And this is instant gratification. You make music for a demo, you sit down, you watch it, and it's good, or it's not so good.
because quickly, I want to go to the soundtracks you did, because everybody knows you from Debris.
Yeah.
You did, and I heard from sources that are quite trustworthy that the Debris you did this literally a few weeks before. breakpoint.
Yeah,
There were
it
many
was-
iterations of music before, and you did one.
There were quite a few, and they approached me like 2 or 3 weeks before the party and said, well, we make a demo and we have some serious limitation to that. You have to make it with the virus too. And I'm like, why? Why 180 kilobytes? I want to make MP3. No, it doesn't work. You will see why. And I didn't see anything because it was just crashing and whatever. So the first time I saw it, I was like, okay, now I get it. I somehow have to manage it, and I approached the party with a halfway finished thing.
At the party.
Yes. Well, V2 doesn't have any
So is it-
presets,
is
so
it
I had.
because I know the United States of America. He was designing this for years, but then I love the fact they came together this close
Yeah,
to the
but
deadline.
It put me under much pressure when Fiverr came up and said, yeah, we may have a little issue with the music, and well, it's been going for a while, and if we don't release it now or something like this, if I reckon correctly, we will drop it. And I'm like, ah!
You don't want to hear that. So
Yeah. So I was like, this will be tricky. So I even took a week off before the party just because of
That's
of
dedication.
getting the idea and all the sounds and tweaking and stuff. Making music usually isn't that much of a hassle, but if you got a synth without any presets that really fit something that outstanding, you have to do anything from scratch. And it was like, well, then there were a few bugs and V2 was crashing and all this stuff like that.
But are you in the end happy with the result?
I could have done some more tweaks. Yeah, I'm happy.
Everybody
I'm
always
happy.
says.
No,
Could
I-
always be
it's-
better, but
it's crying on a high level. Really,
Very
I
Because
wish.
one of the last, I mean, still,
Yeah.
Evoke, their demo was the soundtrack you did as well.
Yeah,
Completely different, I think, as well. Also, quite
It was-
soundscapey and ambient, I guess. But
there is some parallel to Debris somehow because they asked me a little time forward, and when I approached the party, the thing was obviously also halfway finished, even though it was not as tricky. I ran out everything and sat down with PIXTUR at the party, and we fixed it. And so it wasn't really the same, but in a way, it's similar.
similar.
I'm like the guy who runs up parties with halfway finished stuff. I mean, that's part
As you
about it,
should,
right?
As you should. So, well, awesome. And
are you still have some questions left? Because we also had the live Coder Mayhem this year with
Yeah.
Revision App. For the first time, you were supporting the coders on stage with awesome music.
Thank
And
you.
how was it to have you ever done something similar before, or was it a first for you as well?
Well, I've been spinning on many occasions, and the tricky part there is that you have a very small time window, and I basically always want to convey something. Like, I don't want to just play a track and then add another track. I want to lift it up and bounce it down and stuff like that. So the tricky part is just the 25 minutes restriction, really, and it's great fun. I mean, I really want to do it next year.
It
again.
was, and it was awesome for you guys helping out because you guys added the
Yeah.
atmosphere.
So it's actually you added to the effects as well, because you had to keep the music going to actually have effects running. So without the sound and without the live music, so it would have been a still picture. But
Yeah. I think it's a great concept. Just having people. I have no idea about coding. It's rocket science to me. So
Same.
yeah. Well,
We had Garga and Chaos explaining because me and Mocky were also looking at it. like,
yeah.
we see things happen, but we don't know. But I love the fact how even if you don't know, you can see it happen
Yeah.
and it's still so enticing to watch. I think it was a lovely addition to Revision.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I'm up to it anytime.
Awesome. So yeah, Ronnie, you have to get ready for your set. You're gonna spin in literally 2 minutes.
Yeah, you have 2 minutes
So
left.
Ronnie-
It's just plug and play. I'm
So-
awake now.
Ronnie's
Which is
awake
good.
and he's gonna spin, and you're gonna spin for how long?
Open end.
hours.
Yeah.
Hours.
As I'm on a stretch. Like finish him.
Finish him.
Yeah,
So yes,
you'll be
thank you,
warned.
Ronnie, for your for this time, and good luck spinning your set.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we're gonna go continue with our next guests, if Frankie wants to join as well. There he goes. NRR and Frankie will join us now. I'm gonna give NRR the microphone. Yes, so we have here NRR from the United States of America.
And our best guy from Belgium, it's Frankie.
And he's the best guy because he brings you beer.
Yeah,
Admit it,
he's
Mucky.
bringing the
Admit
good
it, Mucky.
stuff.
I'm actually drinking American beer right now.
Oh, you did, but you drink
You're
your arrogant
cheating.
bastard.
I'm
So
drinking
fair
my
enough.
mandatory Arrogant Bastard Ale, which is my party beer.
Fair enough. I want to start with NRR if I can. NRR, you're from the US.
Absolutely.
Where are you from in the US?
Originally from St. Louis, living now in Atlanta.
In Atlanta. And you have, this is your third revision. If
It
I'm
is
correct.
indeed my third revision.
You have been a demo scener for how long?
Ooh, since 2007, 2008, I think, something like that.
And because the American demo scene is different than the European demo scene.
Oh, it's vastly different.
It's because the country is vastly bigger, I guess.
Way vastly bigger. So to put things into perspective, my home state of Illinois is about the size of Germany as a whole.
And
So
that's one state. So
yes, one state.
So did you join the demo? How did you find out about a demo scene?
So I actually found out about the demo scene in the 90s when my father downloaded Future Crew's Second Reality from a
When you-
BBS.
okay,
Oh, the
I feel
classic.
really old now because then your father downloaded. I was nearly there when they released it. So with your father downloaded Second Reality.
Yes.
You
How did he sell it
could
to
be
you?
his father.
No, I don't know. Shut up, Mucky. Shut up! You're scaring me.
No, he just was looking through the file list on the BBS and said, "Oh, there was this thing here. I downloaded it. It looks interesting. Let's watch it together." And it became sort of a thing that instilled some sort of inspiration in me to look at computers in a different way. We had a PC at home, but we also had a C64. And
Right.
and I would go through Byte magazine and actually punch in all the programs that they had in machine code and from the magazine.
Fuck up one character.
That
and
was-
just
that was the
go
best
ball
part.
and go like, I don't know where it fucking
That was
is
the
now.
best part,
I
right?
mean, I did the same. I'm old.
Yes. So somebody taught me how to look at all the registers on the C64 and how to look at sort of what would go wrong with a program like that. And then all bets were off. Like I ran with it, and then I started writing, code to write, display lines to display and paint things to it and muck with how the sound chip would interact, and from there
But that
on.
because, as I know from the US, was there a demo scene in the area I lived in at all, or were you the only one doing this?
No, I was pretty much the only one doing this. This was me, and
Yeah.
and I only found out about the community through the internet as a sort of gigantic whole. Like I thought Future Crew's Second Reality was sort of a one-off thing that just kind of happened, right?
Oh, America.
I know, right? I mean, we're so sheltered.
No, I'm happy you're here. I don't need looked it up. So when did you decide to like I'm going to this party?
Actually, a couple of us have been writing productions since 2008 under the guise of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We'd met on IRC in a
Which is also one of the best group names, by the way. Just want to say that.
Demo
Put
group
that out there.
demogroup.vc. We are the official demo group of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
It's St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Where does can you quickly? Where does it come from?
We had a list of interesting names for things, and we said, all right, St. Vincent and the Grenadines looks good.
There you
It
go.
was literally happenstance.
So and then you met up with people, and then at one point did you decide to come to Germany?
Oh yeah, a friend of mine actually in Karlsruhe said, I'll put up with you for a few days if you want to come and visit Revision, and he was a crewmate in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we said, all right. We made a road trip out of it. So I would fly into Frankfurt and then take the train down to Karlsruhe to go stay with him for a couple of days, go through a road trip, and then end up here 2 hours later.
Right. Nice. And at Revision, is it different as an American to be here? Are you meeting here the people you talk to later online? Is
Oh,
it,
yeah.
Is it something you use? a
Yes,
lot?
yes, absolutely. It's nice to put faces to names and to actually shake hands with people and to hug and sort of drink
The
beer.
hug is very
Absolutely, hugs for everybody.
It is very important.
But no, it's it's definitely very important to put faces to names and to talk with people and interact with them in real life and actually sort of build a kinship with them, because you never know, especially with the demo scene being what it is. Ronnie actually mentioned this earlier. Like, it's a very warm, very sort of welcoming community, and then also TBL.
As you saw now, as you saw, like,
ELUDE.
Kiro giving love to Emu.
Yes.
That's what the demo scene should be about.
Yes.
It's like we're competing, but we're also appreciating.
Yes, exactly. And I've seen way too many instances where people have done some very tragic things, and if they'd only reached out for help and whatnot through the demo scene, like, that's something that you can actually sort of rely on.
Right.
From what I can tell, and just being around everyone here, that seems to be the case. I'm very happy for that. It's a family. It really is.
It is. Also, are you here for a while, or is it really for revision?
I'm here until Wednesday afternoon, and then my flight leaves
Flying
from
back,
yep,
nice.
and then my flight leaves for Frankfurt.
And no entry this year from you.
Not for me specifically. I did a lot of publicity stuff this year for our.
But
our
next
group.
year you'll be back with an entry.
Absolutely,
Nice.
without question.
So
Nice.
you're part of a international group, and we had a talk with Mercury yesterday with the Compo studio.
Mhm.
How do you organize yourself? Because it's all Facebook nowadays. But how do you manage to keep an international group running?
For us, it's entirely IRC. Every single last step, IRC.
So no fancy Skype, no nothing.
Nothing like that. If we have to interact using voice, I thankfully enough actually have a nice telephone plan back in the States, and I can make good phone calls to Europe. So push comes to shove, we just make phone calls.
But RSC, a medium, only a mere 30 years old, I think. So awesome.
Not
Okay.
quite 30 years old. I think it
Is
was
it
27,
27, yeah, is it?
1991, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
So, okay, maybe then. Still very old.
Still very old and still very stable.
But still very
fact,
reliable.
in fact, at work, when our main communication medium goes down, we go back to IRC. Always.
NR, can you bring back more Americans to revision this year?
I'm trying to.
Very good.
I'm trying to, and with Truck's help, I'm actually making it happen.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you for this.
No, thank you, sir.
And appreciate it. I want to go to Frankie.
Hey, Oki.
Frankie, hello.
Hey, Moki.
Hey,
Oki and
Frankie.
Moki.
Okay, and Moki, finally.
Frankie.
I really love that sentence. Oki and Moki.
Okay,
We have a super
Okay.
master plan
Yeah,
for.
I was just want to
Oki.
say that everybody thinking that
Oki and Moki in an hockey.
everybody thinking that I
Yeah.
asked Moki to help me join because of the names. No, that was a very lucky coincidence. So
Because we got drunk really
Northlicht.
bad, and
don't know.
because we were super professional.
were
We
professional
had a
with it.
list of
But
possible.
Frankie,
Yes,
yes,
there
I
were.
want to stop.
yes,
Stop about
there were
everything.
like
I want to talk
long
about
selections.
you
Yes,
are a
okay.
Compo organizer.
You were. I am.
You are.
Yes.
You
you are not anymore.
You disqualified the poor brand video entry,
yes.
and rightfully so, pretty much so.
well,
You're spoiling.
well.
But I want to ask you. You did a seminar about beer tasting.
Oh yes, I did.
It might
Yes.
have been good because you not remembering actually being at
yeah,
the seminar,
Yeah,
at your own
you know,
seminar.
it was here in this room.
Can I
In this very room.
a simple question? How
Zip.
did that start, and how did it work?
Well, it started with opening the doors, but that's easy.
Well, how did it start with the idea? of
Well,
doing it?
I usually do seminars on what do I do for my business, which is arcade machines and pinball machines and building them. But then, well, okay, we were also with the Royal Belgian Beer Squad when we were also doing stuff. Like, well, people are saying, yeah, well, we don't know anything about it, and we want to learn. Well, okay, I shall teach you.
And you did.
Well, it was pretty high level. So starting out with the normal pils lagers, and then going for the lethal stuff and non-lethal stuff, but really going for international brands. So stuff that people are here from the States, people from Norway, Finland, Germany, you can with some luck find in a shop, as there are 700. Beers, 3,000 counting the unique one-offs. You have to keep it accessible, and then and that was the initial brain fart. I know I mentioned I mailed to Scoop a few times about a possible seminar. Yeah, I want to do something, and then I just mailed him, and I found the original mail, and I said, and the subject was my revision seminar: throw it away. I have a better idea. Which turned out to be the beer seminar.
And was it successful? You had, I think you had spots for 30 people.
We limited it to 30 people on purpose because it has to be kept manageable. Because it was a tasting.
Yeah, so I mean, fair enough. You have to have beers, you have to give them out to people. But did it work out? Was it a successful?
In the end, it was. I think my first row died after the first 3 or 4 beers, but I think the rest pretty much survived it. I know Hoffman fell away halfway. Menace had a bladder issue and had to run off.
Menace always has a bladder
Yeah.
issue. This honestly, people, this is really
I'm really making fun of everybody now, but Hoffman
sorry,
didn't make
Menace,
it.
I love you.
So Hoffman didn't make it as well.
Is it fair enough? I'm not gonna hate more because people will come back. This is actually gonna go on YouTube, so I'm scared.
So
But a good seminar.
I think it was just manageable, but it worked in the end.
Next year again.
Maybe we can go for
I think you definitely have to do it again, because there was a situation shortly before doors closing, and it was like, yeah, there's 3 spots left.
There was some people running.
Oh
and,
yes,
and people started
True,
running
there
to
was
get
a line
one of the last
outside
spots in the seminar.
There was a line outside.
I think it's
we
the
were-
first
we
seminar
were-
we've
we
ever done.
were-
There was a line outside. Yeah.
Well, we were setting up. We couldn't see the line. When we opened the door, first thing I saw was Mikron, and then like some people behind him.
Oh,
Yeah.
beer? I'm ready. Where is the beer?
So, yeah,
Successful.
it seems that there was a lie indeed, because we had tickets printed. We exactly had 30 tickets left, and I think Bitten was sadly number 31, so we had to turn him down. Sorry, Bitten. I'm really sorry.
And also showing that demo scene and alcohol go together. They really do. Go
Oh yeah, well, in the correct proportions.
In the.
Well,
I'm going to refrain from talking right now.
Well, let's say we had in the end 14 beers to taste at about a half a cup, so 10 cc each, which makes it a pretty manageable 1.5 liter of beer in the course of an hour.
I hear
That's
about
like
some little puke fest after your seminar.
Not by me.
Not by you, but there were some people who actually not hard enough to take all that input.
Oh, that's new to me.
I hear some rumors. I won't name anyone.
Who do we put on? Okay, so give me a row number.
So maybe we do a blacklist for next year.
Who couldn't handle Frankie's seminar? You're not allowed to come to revision next year. That'll be mean. That'll be mean, though. That'll be mean. You have to practice first.
I think NRR needs a breather because he's
Right. So now, guys, yeah, I think that is wraps up. Thank you.
all right.
Is
Pleasure.
there anything more you want to mention about revision?
What you want to know?
Okay, let's not. That's not on live. That's not on live TV, Frank.
No, it's not.
I think I'm ready for the 5 minutes of Truck, but I think Truck has disappeared.
Yeah, he was like yesterday. He only needed like 15
So, Mocky-
seconds. He's even reducing
Mocky,
himself.
can you run out and get Truck?
I have seen.
I'm
I have
getting
seen-
off of our awesome studio.
Yes. No, I have seen Truck at the pinball machines about half an hour ago, and that was it.
Okay, so we'll see if we can get him in because he gets his 5 minutes. And or something last words you want to say to the people at home?
Stop being sofa seniors. Come to revision. It's a good time. You deserve to be here. Seriously, do it.
That's the best you could put it. Thank you. Yeah, I think that does come to revision. Come see here. Come be here when the dudes we had before, like when you see TBL and ELUDE duking it out and sitting here together chatting about it. There's nothing greater than seeing something happen on the screen for the first time.
Oh, one more thing.
Sure.
Make more demos.
Boys.
Bring back the old demo art, seriously.
We definitely need more demos. Okay, so thank you guys very much for this. Have a good rest of the party. It's going to only last for a few more hours, and then we're going to see who won and who didn't. And now I'm going to awkwardly sit here and wait until the truck might show up. That's kind of weird. So yeah, let's just stay here and maybe chat a little bit. Didn't really think this through, did I? No, I didn't.
Oh no, the evil clock
He
of doom
might
is
have been
going.
drinking, even though he learned after yesterday that he shouldn't drink that much.
Yeah, well, no, because as NOR was at my seminar, maybe he can give you some feedback. It might be an idea.
We have a new guest.
Oh, is there? Hi. I can see you in the distance in this huge studio.
Mocky, stop being so distancy.
Okay.
Is this PIXTUR of steel you brought in?
Yeah, I actually managed to get a very important person into the studio. Please have a seat.
Okay.
And Shorty, introduce yourself.
Welcome. So am I supposed to say something?
Yes.
Interesting. Yes, very organized.
Toby made me drunk, so
Okay, so
let's say what I can. Let's see what I can
everybody in the
contribute.
corner first, thank you. Have some things.
It's
PIXTUR,
raining already.
PIXTUR. First of all, can I ask PIXTUR that I saw your demo you released at NV Scene.
Yes.
You sat next
Okay,
to
you,
Poo Brain.
you have
Evoke.
to talk into this and hold it in your hand.
Okay.
You sat next to Poo Brain at Evoke. Your demo was clearly inspired by Poo Brain.
Yes. Yeah.
Why didn't you give him a shout out?
So
I'm not group harvesting.
Yeah. Actually, they deserved a shout out, and I really liked them a lot. But I had no influence on the greets whatsoever because JC owned the track.
Oh.
And all the greets were inserted to the track, so.
Fair enough. No, I accept that answer. That's a good answer. So fair enough. Okay. That was basically my only question I had to pick there.
So basically for this year, you were saying you can't remember any entries, but maybe you could try to remember competing in a certain competition. So maybe you could tell a little about the development of your demo. It was something about exploiting the cache of your browser and Skype and shit. How did the whole idea come up?
So basically the discussion we had 2 weeks ago was that it's horrible that demos are only watched at YouTube, and we discussed what can you do to prevent that. And so you have this, maybe you have like time, so it would be nice to have a demo that looks different in spring than in autumn or something like that. And it would also be nice to have a demo that looks different from like the age of the demo. And so we started from there, and then we got like, okay, what else do we have on the computer that will make the look of the demo different?
So it's actually an interactive demo, or?
It's not interactive, but it will use the browser cache to use your own content to show stuff. And it's interesting to think, oh, I never watched that image, but yeah, nevertheless, it is in your browser cache, so.
I wonder, are you familiar with the MFX demo? We Are Molotov.
No.
It's a demo from 2004. That also, it's a demo that also uses your browser's cache to use its textures.
Actually, it just uses every picture on disk.
Yeah, it scans your disk for pictures and uses it. And you did a different approach. Like I won't say like you ripped them off, definitely not. But you did a different approach. But it was very interesting to see that you did something. It's basically more interesting that you did something now that they did 10 years ago and nobody else ever did.
Okay. Yeah, I have to look up this MFX thing.
Look up
but
We Are Molotov MFX. They
Yeah,
also scanned your pictures and used them as textures. And I was like, if you have been browsing porn, your demo is going to look very tittied.
yeah, but it's hard to do something decent with that. So the idea is nice. So we really like the concept, but we figured out that it's hard to do something to use random images for something because it's random stuff. And most of the time it will basically look ugly. So
Be prepared for what happened to MFX. They got an email from a fellow who was very upset with them because they used his passport picture in their demo.
oh my god.
People are stupid. So, but PIXTUR, also as a quick question, this is after your rainbow demo at Vision. This demo is quite different. Is this a different turn for Still? Or are you guys just having fun with it at this point? Or is this a very difficult question? No, this is two kind of different demos in a row, basically.
let's say the MV scene thing was a little bit. So to start with, we started working with Alexander Lehmann, who's maybe, probably a much better artist than most of the demo scene people, because he does the stuff professionally. So he, I'm not saying that it's only his influence, but it was really it started with like, hey, let's have some fun.
Are you guys having more fun? Not to say that you didn't have fun before, but like you guys did very serious, very directed, very awesome directed demos. Is this you guys kind of going like, oh fuck it, let's do some more fun things as well?
I would say it's more, let's explore some concepts.
Yeah.
So like figure out a concept and then basically try to have some fun with that concept and basically explore what you can do with that, and then basically, so I'm not saying that now we only have dolphins and rainbows and unicorns and stuff.
Well, you should, but no, fair enough.
So, so let's say we have like an internal checklist of stuff we don't want to do. And so like on the checklist we have like cities, but it's really hard not to do cities. And we have like dust particles, and it's really hard to use dust particles.
You have a list of things you don't want to do anymore.
Well, not on paper, but it's a running joke that the first thing we apply is basically dust particles and everything. And
I like that idea though, like things we've done enough, like let's not do this anymore. This is a good idea.
And so, I don't know, for instance, like this car thing was, or let's say, like every time I explain somebody like how to do nice demos, I say like, okay, the only way to do nice demos is to release demos. So you don't learn to make demos by like tweaking for like 3 years on a demo and then releasing it, because it's going to look like shit. So the only way to release demos, to nice demos, is to actually release demos.
To release demos, yeah, fair.
And so basically this demo like we released here was, okay, let's release a demo that is only like for instance 2D.
Yeah.
Like don't have like any 3D whatsoever, and see where you can like what you can do with that.
You can do.
And explore that and maybe learn a thing or two. But yeah. So
that was awesome. I appreciate it a lot. I like the idea. Thank you.
Maybe I got it wrong, but I remember that I read on Poet that it was basically also to get your new member into your tools and stuff you were using. So it was it also just something like a training demo to get a new member involved?
That was the Vision demo, right? Yeah.
Well, it started like that. Yeah. Basically, like throw some stuff together and see how we can animate with keyframes and things, and then it.
I like that idea. Like when that ends up in a Eurodance demo, I'm happy. That's good. Very good. Thank you for your insights. And I want to now give the microphone to, and I'm going to give you a jingle. It's now time for the 5 minutes with Chuck.
And the clock has started.
I'm sorry, I've been making shadow figures on the background. I'm not quite ready for this. Hi. Welcome to my show. This is the Arrogant Bastard. It is the best beer out of the United States. All other beers in the United States that claim to be the best are, yes. Oh, hi. I should move over here where they can see me. Yes. Hi. I'll start over. My 5 minutes starts after I start talking.
5 minutes start now. Go.
Hi. Welcome to my show. Revision this year has been extremely good, with some small problems. The Amiga demos were much better than the PC demos because the PC people can't make demos. And the Amiga people rule. And let's see here. Oh, the Atari people came and kicked everybody else's ass on the 2600, which means that the Amiga people probably should be worried, but maybe they won't be. And let's see what else. There were several people that should have been here but weren't here through problems Next year will be the 5th revision. Be here. Moby, leave France, come with Rez, come here. We want to meet you. Okay? Seriously. All right. Now, earlier during the Compos, we gave shout-outs to several parties. You may be sitting at home and going, hey, I'd like to participate in this, or you may be really scared of stuff that's happening, but here's... And I wish I could say this in Russian, because we didn't give shout-outs to the Russian parties. Die Halt has been announced. It's in Russia. And Chaos Constructions, also in Russia. These are Russian parties. All you guys that are in Russia, you can participate in these things too, and you should. In the US, we have At Party, and demoparty.net has tons of other parties. We're working on getting that updated. Honestly, this has been an incredible freaking... Get over here. You, come here. Get on the fucking camera. You, come here.
And yet again, another guest.
Okay, look, this is one of the people that makes this fucking thing happen. If this man was not here,
hello,
none of this shit would go down. I don't know that you people actually know how much work these guys do. He and this man here, he's in charge of the Compos. Hi, I have beer. Seriously, there's a lot of fucking work that goes into this.
Truck.
Yes?
Keep this.
Keep this. You need to give these people some beer or
can we a beer?
You know, props or whatever. If you, SceneSat has been broadcasting this whole thing, and you know we kind of yes. What? I'm sorry, you were complaining that I brought you on stage.
Yeah. What? I'm not complaining about anything actually.
Yeah, because you're German. I'm American. I complain. You don't. I'm going to lose my 5 minutes.
5 minutes are very close to being less minutes than 5.
SceneSat has helped broadcast
has
this
some
stuff.
minutes left.
Every one of these guys that has put in all this effort to make this work deserves your respect and admiration. Revision is ruled. You need to be here next year. Also, this is the best beer out of the United States, the Arrogant Bastard. You need to buy more of it. And also, Eric, Stone Brewery, get this shit to Finland.
Yes. So Truck was done in how many minutes, Smokey? Truck went in this year?
He actually, we had some little delay because we had some technical problems as usual, but he has 2 minutes left.
You have 2 minutes left.
That's impossible, but somehow he managed to.
TRSAC will fucking rule this year. Be there. Kindergarten will have its 20th anniversary in November. Be there. Evoke, fucking great party. Be there. Outline, it's Dutch. Your ass should be there. Assembly, is Rewired happening?
Not this year. Well, maybe a garden edition.
Okay, Rewired Garden Edition. Consider being there if they have it.
If they me.
What's Scamp's party that has 3 dates? Underground conference.
Underground conference at like 3 mystery dates, of if one might happen.
If any of those dates are the same time as Rewired, be it Rewired. Assembly. No, it doesn't suck. Be there. No, fuck you, it doesn't.
And how about Nordlicht?
Nordlicht.
That strange Nordlicht party who gave away free beer had the ultimate invite in the demo compo.
And Nordlicht is the only demo party that has the balls to broadcast the compos without sound. So you have to show up.
Well, Outline had the cable. No, sorry, X had the cable.
X
had the cable.
C64 people, if you're not at X, what the hell is
Outline runs on a fucking donkey
Seriously,
and a fucking
Lemming,
tractor. Like,
you need to be there. The Australians already bought their tickets. And Syntax in Australia, be there.
Sundown.
Sundown in the UK, be there.
June.
VIP in France.
Oh, shit,
If you're
and,
not going to go to Finland, go to France. It's the same day. Both of those parties will rule.
And
At party, June.
At party,
United
June,
States.
the United States.
And ultimate meeting.
The
Don't
ultimate-
forget the ultimate meeting.
Hold on. We don't actually know that it will happen. And if it doesn't, you're going to Turkey. We're going to actually show up at a Turkish party. They have come to our parties, and they have said, is it fair? You never come to ours. It isn't that hard to get a visa. You can just show up at the airport, and they'll basically give you a visa. That's
don't
what they've
need a
told
visa
me,
for Turkey, you just
which is not exact. I am an American citizen, so I kind of have some visa issues. Like, I'm really worried about getting to Russia to Chaos Constructions. Apparently, I can go to 7DX in December. Seriously. You need to go to more demo parties. You need to be here. You need not to be watching this on the stream. You need to be here. There's a significant difference. People that are actually here, you can talk to the guys in TBL. They're accessible.
they're here. TBL and literally we had TBL and ELUDE here in one studio. For real, if you actually ever want to experience a demo scene in the purest fucking way or form or shape, come to fucking Revision. And any other fucking demo party you can go to, but
Here's the difference between Revision and the other ones. This is so huge.
This is
Everybody
huge.
comes here. We go home and we're like, oh my God, we're so fucking exhausted.
if you are an American that looks at this stream and goes like, shit, I want to go to demo parties and I don't know how to do this.
Well, if
do
you
this.
If you do one,
No, do this. Come to Revision and book a month. After that, you can come to Outline. You can maybe even catch another party, and you can catch multiple parties. Hook up with Cenas, do this shit, and Aurora is all game.
Absolutely.
Do this. I'm gonna wrap you up, Truck, because
No,
you
no,
did
no.
two-
We're going to throw down for 2 more American parties. We already mentioned that party, but in is it Pittsburgh or in?
it's a bird. Yeah.
It's at Carnegie Mellon. They have Demo Splash.
Demo
And
Splash.
Even though we kind of give them shit, and these scene
No.
happened again.
I've been to Demo
So
Splash.
honest
Yeah.
again.
Sorry.
Still.
Okay. I've been to Demo Splash. From experience and ego, I can say the following: is that yes, and although Demo Splash is more like a demo watching party, it is actually pretty good at evangelizing and explaining things. And it's where I have seen many demos on the actual real hardware and not on YouTube's or similar. And they really try really hard, and it's evangelism. And if you like Demo Splash, then you will end up at that party. If you like that, you'll end up here, hopefully.
Boom. Boom.
One more thing before you cut me off. Mad props to Blocktronics for bringing back the amazing skills in ANSI. There are people that are coming up to me saying, what the hell happened in the past year? And you know and I know, if you're in Blocktronics, that it's been more than just the past year, but they started noticing. They really have noticed, and they are impressed as hell. Thank you.
There we have it. 5 minutes of Truck. An hour and a half show. I think we can wrap this up. I would like to thank all my guests that I still have here. Mocky, do you have anything to add? Mocky, I have Mocky's microphone. And my microphone is
Actually, this year it's not the super megalactic derailment Compo studio. So
it's a very controlled demo Compo.
yeah, we actually had beer, a crate of beer, and we managed to somehow put something useful, maybe.
I think so. I would like to thank now on the guys. I would like to thank Combs, Eamon, Kiro, and Hoffman for being here. I would like to thank Ronnie for being here. I would like to thank NRR, Frankie, and PIXTUR and Truck for being here.
And I would like to thank every visitor of Revision and every demo senior who maybe will come to a party.
Yeah, I say again, if you're watching this from home right now, you're watching this from home and you're going, fuck shit, what the fuck? This shit is fucking baller. Come next year, fucking book a flight, book a train, a taxi, a bike, whatever.
Which date? What
Come
date? What
to
date?
fucking revision.
What date next year?
I am swearing like a sailor. Next year is Easter.
Easter.
It's
Yes,
Easter
weekend.
next year.
It's right after. It's right after
European
April
Easter.
1st. It's like April 2nd through 4th. I would look at my phone, but it's the ELUDE calendar, which you should order. And it
I've
says
ordered
on the
5
ELUDE
copies.
calendar, big German demo party. So
Come, but yes, do. If you think this shit is awesome, fucking come. NRR, should they come?
Yes.
Frankie, should they come?
I'll probably be here, so yes.
PIXTUR, should they come?
Well, I would say Evoke is also a nice party.
But if you have
yeah, revision is a must. So.
to any demo party basically. If you see this, you have never been, come to a party, and indeed come to any party. But yeah, we'd love to have you. I think this wraps up our talk show. Thank you very much for watching. This was Aki. This was
Mocky, and see you next year.
See you definitely next year.